A very good morning to all of you. Please switch on the videos. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. See, in the last class, we were studying the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. First four lines or first stanza we have completed. The poet Leslie Norris brings before us a very good picture, image of a tiger in two places. This you have to understand. The poet brings the tiger, the picture of tiger, the image of tiger. That word is important. The image of tiger in two places. One in the forest, one in the zoo. When the tiger is in the zoo, how is it? At the same time, when the same tiger is in the forest, how it will be? This comparison we have to understand, we have to see. On the basis, we have to go to the next stanzas. Clear? The whole poem is bringing before us an attractive image, image of tiger, tiger, image of tiger. That means, that means when we read the poem in our mind, in front of us, we would feel the tiger is standing before us. The reality will be presented with the image. Such kind of usage is known as imagery. 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 It is a figure of speech.
Arfisan is there in the waiting room.
Oh, oh, waiting room.
Yes, sir. He told he can't enter the class.
No, I have all disabled. I have disabled the waiting room. Everybody can enter.
He called me and saying he can't enter the class.
Uh, I d- Now he may be able to enter. Participants. Okay. Okay. So it is a figure of speech. Figure of speech. It is a figure of speech. Its name is imagery. Imagery. When this is the thing, when the poem brings before us a picture, clear picture about the presentation, about what it is presenting. Here it is about a tiger. You see his tracks in his vivid strips, the few steps in his cage. When we read, we will be able to feel that the tiger is walking in front of us. Such kind of figure of speech is known as imagery. The whole poem is full of imagery. Okay. Now, See, yesterday we have seen the pads of velvet. It is written as metaphor that we have seen. Now we are coming to the second stanza. He should be lurking in shadow. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the waterhole where plump deer pass. So this stanza tells us about the tiger when it is in the forest. So second stanza, you can put a curly bracket and write there in forest. First stanza in the zoo. Second stanza in the forest. So if the tiger is in the forest, how it will be? You see, he should be lurking in shadow. Lurking means roaming, crawling, walking, crawling, walking. It's a kind of walking. It's a kind of walk, stalking. In the first line, we have seen. In the first line, we have seen stacking, stacking. All these are kinds of walks, lurking. So, if he were in the forest, he would be lurking in shadow. Here in the forest, what is a shadow? Under the tree. Forest is full of trees. So he will be under the trees. He will be in the forest.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning. He will be in the forest. Kisan, what happened? Your video is rotating. I think your chair is revolving. Ah.
Okay.
Steady, be steady. Chair is revolving here and there. Okay. So he
Yeah.
should be lurking in shadows. Shadows here means in the forest, under the trees. How? Sliding through long grass. Here, long grass can be shrub, shrubs. In the forest, there will be shrubs. Long grass will be there. You see, near the water bodies, near the river, near the ponds, we can see long grass will be there. Long grass. So the tiger is walking in the forest along this long grass or behind the shrubs, behind the shrubs, sliding. Sliding means hiding, hiding. Sliding here means hiding. It is moving behind, uh, under the forest, behind the shrubs in a hiding way. Nobody should see him. Sliding through long grass, where near the water hole. Water hole means water bodies. Water hole, water bodies. Water bodies, that is, which are they? It can be pond, it can be river, it can be a stream, whatever be there. It can be a waterfall, whatever be there, wherever there is water, that is waterfalls. So the tiger is coming near to the water bodies in the forest. Maybe small pond. Why it is coming? Where plumb deer pass. Plumb deer, plum, like apple, isn't it? Plumb deer, fleshy deer, fleshy deer with flesh, not skeleton ones, not unhealthy ones, very healthy, fleshy deer. So the tiger knows that in the forest, deer will be, don't say deers. Yes, plural, it is wrong. Deer, plural, deer. So tiger knows the deer will come to these ponds to drink water, to drink water. So if the tiger hides behind the grass, deer will not see the tiger, but tiger can see the deer. There, fleshy deer, deer with very good flesh. Skeleton deer also will come. Both will come. Weak deer and strong deer, fleshy deer and unhealthy deer, all types of deer would come there in the pond to drink water. That it, tiger knows. So tiger would sit behind, hide behind the shrub near the water body, and from there it would watch the deer. And if it is so, it can pounce upon, pounce upon, jump upon, it could catch, it could catch, it could pounce upon, it could jump upon the deer and eat. So you see, second stanza, when the tiger is in the forest, it would walk behind the shrubs hiding. It would walk behind the long grass hiding. And this long grass is near the water bodies. And tiger knows that in the water bodies there is water, isn't it? So deer would come to drink the water. So the tiger could catch the deer and eat it. That shows the power, the strength of the deer. The stanza says, it is in the forest, it is in the forest that tiger could express its power. Tiger could express its power. But in the zoo, in the zoo, the tiger is silent. It cannot do anything. Clear now? Clear? Second stanza. Now, third one. He should be snarling round houses. He should be snarling round the houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. You see, he should be, second stanza also is when he is in the forest. In the forest. So you can keep a double bracket or curly bracket. Third stanza in forest. So zoo, forest, forest. So one thing we have seen, when the tiger is in the forest, it can kill the deer. Number one, deer. Number two, what it can do? He should be snarling round the houses at the jungle's edge. Which is jungle's edge? This is the forest. All these are forests.
Yes, sir.
This is forest. Okay. And here what at the end limit, this is the limit of forest. This is the edge of forest. After the forest, this is the residential area. People live here. So this is the residential area. This is the forest area. This area is known as limit, forest edge, the boundary, the edge, the limit of forest, the border. So when the tiger is in the forest, what the tiger would do? He would come from here to this residential colonies. Nowadays, in the newspaper, we read in Adirapalli, in Vadachal area, in Peringalkut area, Sholayar area, tuskers are coming, elephants are coming, wild animals are coming on the road. So these tigers come to the residential area at the limit of the forest, at the forest edge. And what it would do? There are houses. There are houses. It would snarling round the house. Snarling means terrorizing. Terrorizing. Terrorising. Terrorizing. Making afraid. Making people fearful. Terrorizing. How the tiger is terrorizing the people? Snarl. From that word itself, it's a sound is coming. Oh, you see, snarl. Do you attend? We pronounce snarl, snarl. Tiger is terrorizing the people. Oh. See, do you follow the difference? Similarity?
Yes, sir.
We pronounce the word snarl like this. Snarl. Isn't it? Tiger is terrorizing the people. Mm. Such kind of usage is known as onomatopoeia, a new figure of speech. You might have studied, I think so.
No,
Otherwise, no, you
no.
study right. Spelling is different. Onoma, to, po, iya. Onomatopoeia. This is a figure of speech. This is a figure of speech. Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. It is better to learn like that. There are certain words, these are coming from Latin language. So that is why it is pronounced in that way. It is a Latin language. So onomatopoeia means when a word resembles the sound of the action. When a word resembles the sound of the act, such kind of usage is known as onomatopoeia. For example, the movement of dry leaves, the movement of dry leaves, what it is called? Rustle of leaves. Rustle, kalakalakal, isn't it? Bubble, water bubbles, bubbles, bubble. When the bubble comes up, sound will be there. Bubble, 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 isn't it? So such kind of duck quacks, quack, quack, the same sound duck produces. So such kind of usage is known as onomatopoeia. So here, suppose this line is given to you. He should be snarling round houses at the jungle's edge. Write the figure of speech used here. So you have to underline snarling and write onomatopoeia. Clear now? So he should be, when he is in the forest, at times he would come to the residential area and he should be snarling, making the people afraid, terrorize, terrorize, snarling round houses, snarling round houses at the jungle's edge. So he would come to the residential colony, he would come to the residential area, and he would walk around the houses and produce fearful sound in order to make the people afraid. And how again he will terrorize, barring his white fangs. White fangs. What is the fang? Teeth. Which teeth? In biology, you might have studied canine teeth. Canine teeth. This one, this
Yes,
long pointed ones. This
yes,
one.
yes, sir.
This is called canine teeth. This is fangs. So, when it sees people, it would open its cheek or lips. So, the canine teeth will be shown, and seeing that, people will get afraid. He will paralyze by making the sound and showing its fang, showing its teeth and claws. You see, its claws will be very powerful. Nails will be there. So by showing canine teeth, don't write canine teeth. By when you write the answers, you have to use the textual words. By showing the white fangs and its claws, it makes the people afraid. So, two types it is called. When the tiger is in the forest, it makes the people afraid by showing its white fangs and claws. It would snarl round the houses also. So, terrorize human beings. You see, in the zoo, the tiger is inside the cage. People are going near the tiger. It cannot terrorize. But in the forest, they will be very, very terrorized. Other thing, number two, it would walk and hide behind the grass and shrubs and pounce upon the fleshy deer, plump, plump deer. These two things they would do in the forest. Once again, I read it. He should be snarling round houses at the jungle's edge, barring his white fangs, his claws terrorizing the village. Village means people in the residential area, village area. Why it is called village? Near the forest, the residential area is village. Next answer. But These things he would do if he were in the forest. So well, if he were in the forest. But what happens? But he is locked. But he is locked. Fourth stanza, put the curly bracket. Fourth stanza, curly bracket. Zoo. Zoo, forest, forest, fourth one again zoo. But the problem, he is caught and kept in the zoo, in the cell, concrete walls. But he is locked in a concrete wall. You see, he is inside. He is inside. He is inside. He is inside. He is inside in the concrete wall. He is locked. Locked, kept in, kept in. Another word, confined, confined, locked. He is locked. He is kept in a concrete cell. His strength behind the bars. His power, his strength is behind the bars. He cannot move. You see? But in the forest, his strength is outside. In the forest, his strength is outside. In the forest, he could do whatever he wished. He could walk around, he could roam around, he could catch the deer, many things. But here in the zoo, he is within a cell. He is within a cage. He cannot express his power. He cannot express his strength. Cannot. He is in a jail. You see, the freedom of tiger is confined. The freedom of tiger is locked. Freedom of tiger is limited. Compare this to Nelson Mandela. Compare this to Nelson Mandela. This is the way we have to study. Tiger in its attend very carefully. Tiger in its natural habitat. Tiger in its home, which is the home of tiger, which is
Forest.
forest. Forest is a home of tiger. The natural habitat. You might have studied in science. Natural habitat, natural living area of forest of tiger is in the forest. It is taken from its habitat and kept inside a cell. Its freedom is curtailed. Its freedom is curtailed. Curtailed. Its freedom is taken out. Its freedom is confined. It has become a slave. It has become a slave. In Nelson Mandela, we see black people were in their habitats, in their villages of their hometown. Clear now? Black people were living in their own village. Their own village is their habitat. But these black people were caught, taken, were taken from their village, from their habitat, and kept under the custody of white people, and their freedom is lost. They became slave like the tiger here. So when we compare, that is why I told you the lesson, the prose and the poem are thematically arranged. Now, do you get the point now? That is why in the beginning I told poem and the prose are thematically arranged. Here, the black people were compared to the tiger. Zoo or humans who catch the tiger and keep in the concrete cell are the white people. And we, the people who go to the zoo to see the tiger and to have a selfie, isn't it? To enjoy, isn't it? We go to the zoo to enjoy in the weekends and we go and take a selfie with the tiger. We take, we use the tiger for our enjoyment. The white people were using the black people for their selfish motive. In this way, you have to compare. Do you follow my point? How to compare?
Yes,
Gauri,
sir.
do you follow?
Yes, sir.
Sean, can you follow me? Hmm? Okay. Alna, can you follow me? Can you
Yes,
follow
sir.
me? Okay, okay. So in this way, you have to compare. This is what is called thematical arrangement. Lesson and poem are arranged on the theme, based on the theme. So once again, I read it. But he is locked in a concrete cell. He's strung behind bars, stacking the length of the cage, walking inside the cell at the length of the cage, ignoring visitors. I have already explained. We are going to the zoo to enjoy ourselves at the sight of the tiger, the tiger, the confined tiger. Tiger is in the cell. Tiger is in the concrete walls. And fourth line of the poem, first stanza. He is talking, he is walking with quiet. He is fourth line, top. He is walking in quiet rage. You see, another figure of speech comes here. Quiet rage. It is written there. Quiet, quiet rage. Silent anger. Silent anger. This is a figure of speech. Anger always will be noisy, isn't it? With a loud voice, with a voice, but it is silent, opposite. It is opposite, silent. So, yeah, an idea is expressed with opposite words. When an idea is expressed with opposite words, it is known as another figure of speech, oxymoron. Right. On the fourth line, quiet rage, oxymoron. It is a figure of speech, oxymoron. What does it mean? When an idea is expressed with opposite words. Opposite words. It is called oxymoron. Here you see, silence is silence. Quiet means silence. Rage is anger. A person with rage cannot be silent. He will be active. He will react. Am I right? He will react. So, react and silence opposite. Such kind of usage. Another word I will show you. You see, non, non, you can write it, secret, non-secret. In Malayalam, people say, എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാവുന്ന രഹസ്യം. ഈ രഹസ്യം എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം. Non-secret. Understood? Secret is always unknown. Secret means unknown to everybody, not known to anybody else. Clear now? It is unknown, but it is written known. Opposite. Oxymoron. Oxymoron. Figure of speech. So we have seen metaphor, oxymoron, onomatopoeia, simile, imagery. Clear now? 5 figure of speech we have referred here. In board exams, you will get a 1 mark minimum for this figure of speech, 1 or 2 marks. Okay. So here you see, last stanza. So he ignored the visitors. He is in the cage. Visitors are coming here, but the tiger doesn't look at the visitors because it hates humans. It hates humans. Humans have taken the freedom of tiger. You see, white people have taken the freedom of black people. Tiger is representing black people. So black people do not want to look at the white people. In the same way, the tiger doesn't want to look at the visitors. Clear now? We are coming to the last stanza. He hears the last voice at night. He hears, being in the cell, being in the concrete cell, he hears the voice at night, last voice at night. What is that? The patrolling cars. The patrolling cars. So he hears. So all the visitors have gone. It is night. He is alone. He is alone in the concrete wall, in the cage. And from there, he hears the last voice of the night of patrolling cars. Don't make the spelling mistake. We are very familiar with the petrol. You see spelling. This is A, petrol. It is a fuel. That is E. Petrol is a fuel. Petrol is a fuel. Its spelling is E. But here it is patrolling. Make a round. Make a round. In the night, police jeep, during this today onwards, it is curfew, night curfew. So police jeep will come to the places, make a patrol, make a patrol. They will see anybody is walking, moving around. Patrol, patrol. So at night, the patrolling cars of the security men. In the zoo, it is not the police, but the security people. Eh? It is security people. It is the security people. They make the patrolling. They make they make the rounds. They make rounds. They make the patrolling. And these security people come and seize. Just a minute. Just a minute. So, see, patrolling cars. They come, these security people come over there. These security people come over there and check whether the doors are closed, whether the cell is closed. Inspection. So he hears the horn or the sound of the patrolling cars. After that, he sits alone, lonely. He is alone. He is alone, lonely, inside the cell. Sorry, lonely, inside the cell. Inside the cell. He sits inside the cell and with his bright eyes, with his brilliant eyes, he looks at the sky to see the brilliant stars. You see, stars are very beautiful. Stars are very brilliant. Tigers' eyes are so beautiful. Tigers' eyes are so brilliant. Suppose you see, tiger. I am not a good artist, but simply, okay. This is the sky. His eyes are brilliant. At night, it will be shining. Have you seen the eyes of cat or dogs in the night? It will shine like stars.
Yes, sir.
Ah, like that, the poet says, at night, he is, and in the sky, there is star. It is brilliant. It is shining, isn't it? So he is looking at the star with his brilliant eyes. The brilliant eyes are looking at the brilliant stars. He is lonely there. Do you remember another sentence in Nelson Mandela? Take the page. I would say page number 22. 22. Take page number 22. Take page number 22. Their first paragraph from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth line. From the bottom, sixth line. We have studied a twilight existence. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. Secrecy and rebellion. When the black people were in the jail, when Nelson Mandela or the freedom fighters of black people were in the jail, while sitting there in secrecy, while sitting there silently, They, while sitting there lonely, 3 words I told you: silently, lonely, secretly. They will think. When they think, light existence, two thoughts come to their mind. One is we have to react in secrecy. Nobody should know we have to react. Number two, he, while sitting there, he develops a quiet, silent anchor, silent anchor, quiet rage. While sitting inside the cell, while sitting inside the cell or jail, these black people are planning. They are developing a hatred towards white people. White people. The same thing is shown in tiger. Tiger is caught from the habitat. It is put in a jail, concrete cell. While sitting there, it it experiences loneliness. Loneliness. In that loneliness, secretly, it develops a quiet rage. Veda, do you follow me? Are you happy? Okay. So he develops a quiet rage, hatred. That is why he is not looking at the visitors. So two themes are compared very beautifully. Sometimes I may think whether we are like a tiger. When I ask, do you understand? Are you happy? When I didn't get any reply from, I think there are many tigers, whether tigers are sitting in small, small cells. And are these tigers sitting with quite a rage against me? It's a silent anchor against me?
Yeah, sir.
No, no, no. Isn't it? Karthik?
Yes, sir.
So you see, this is the way how do we compare the poem to our life. So when you give me the answers, Sean, when you give me the answers, I become happy. They are responding. They are giving me answers. You see, suppose you have a pet dog, maybe a Pomeranian at home. When you go out and when you come back, the Pomeranian comes to you and it moves its tail, you will be happy, isn't it? My dog recognizes me. It responds to your presence. Clear now. That makes you happy. I think so. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Suppose when you come, the dog doesn't look at you. Then what will you ask? What happened to my dog? You are worried. In the same way, when you don't respond to my questions, I may get worried. I don't know whether the children didn't understand or children do not like me, my class. I do not know. So this is the application level of tiger into our life. Okay, so once again I read it. He hears the last voice at the patrolling cars and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So this is the poem. Here we end. I give you one question. Homework. You see, all the homework should be done on time. Otherwise, it will be a great task before you, before the exams. The question is, write an appreciation, appreciation of the poem, a tiger in the zoo. In about 150 words. No need to count the words. 150 words is equal to 3/4 of page. Your answer sheet is there, 3/4. That is 150 words. It shall not go over one page. That is 3/4 to one page. Maximum one side of a paper. That is 150 words. That is for 5 marks question. Appreciation means summary of the poem. Summary with the meaning. That is the meaning of appreciation. Okay. Okay. So how many days you want? How many days? Today it is Tuesday. 3 days. So by Friday evening or maximum Saturday morning, it should be filed. By Saturday morning, 4 days I am giving you. By Saturday morning, it should be filed. Okay. Okay. Any problem for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Problem is there. You said? Any problem?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Do it by Saturday morning. It should be in the file.
This
Okay.
Saturday.
Now this Saturday, coming before Saturday, you write it and keep it in the English file. Okay. One paper file should be kept for English. All the notes will be kept in that file and punched and tied it there. Keep it there. At the end, I will go through that. Okay. Clear? Anjali Priya. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Let me close the meeting. Okay. Thank you.